And we are live. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy AJ, and this is AJ Reacts 2. And I kind of wanted to do just a little live video with some content creators, some awesome content creators. And yeah, we're just going to have a discussion about TV, movies, pop culture, stuff like that. It's going to be a laid back, time, and it's going to be fun. So, I did want to address something before I get anything started. In my last video, in my channel update, I didn't properly thank the viewers. I felt like I needed to rectify that because the viewers is what keeps me going. You guys are amazing. You guys have been with me for these 2 years that I've been doing YouTube, and I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. So let's go. First up, we got Matt from Basic Entertainment.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Hopefully you guys had a great Christmas. I'm having a good time here with AJ. We're ready to talk some media, man. I cannot wait. Shout out for AJ having me on.
Yeah, and me and Matt are doing a spoiler talk tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Wonder Woman 84. We're going to go all in. We'll probably talk about Wonder Woman 84 a little bit tonight, but we won't get real into it. We know not everybody has seen it. So we'll do a special video for that on his channel. So next up, an awesome creator, another awesome creator, Mac from Mac Movie Reviews. What's going on, man? Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me on, AJ. This is awesome. Thanks for even just thinking about me in the inclusion.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's always a fun time working with you and discussing stuff with you, man. Next in here is Flicks Talk, David from Flicks Talk. What's up,
going
bro?
on, man? I'm good, man. I'm glad we can have you on my channel finally, and then now on yours. So recently,
it was a long time coming.
Yes, man. Thank you so much for having me, dude.
For sure, for sure. Last but certainly not least, I actually did an event. She held an event on Instagram where we talked about Pixar films. We rated our Pixar films, our favorite Pixar films, and yeah, Miss Filmingo Kristen. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the panel.
Hello. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Yes.
Everyone.
So yeah,
all your faces here. So
yeah. So if you guys don't know, these are our guests tonight, and I am excited to get into things with them. But yeah, speaking of Christmas, a couple days ago on Christmas, we got a couple films, some big budget films, and yeah, I kind of wanted to discuss those. Wonder Woman 84 and Pixar Soul, and I know not everybody has seen both or either, but let's just give our brief thoughts, kind of like a round table, our brief thoughts on these films after we've seen them or haven't seen them yet. Matt, have you seen either one of these?
Of course, I've seen 84. I haven't checked out Soul yet.
Okay.
Gonna check it out soon, but it does have me hyped up. I've been hearing some great praises around it. So yeah, but 84 was pretty disappointing. I wish it was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mac?
Well, I haven't watched Soul yet. I plan on watching that before New Year's. Wonder Woman, I started half of on Christmas, and I'll be like, it's a movie.
This is a movie.
Yeah.
All right. Kristen, have you seen either?
I'm like the lone sheep who loved Wonder Woman 1984.
Okay.
I could explain why I think I like it a little bit more in a little bit, but I loved it, and I did see Soul, and I really like Soul a lot, but I just want to rewatch it just to make sure I recapture all my feelings about it. But still a great Pixar film. So
yeah, I agree. David.
Yeah. So I was telling you before we went live that on Christmas Day, usually my tradition is watching Home Alone, but since I watched it with you and kind of discussed it, a week before. That was out of the question, So on Christmas Day, we watched Soul first because I kind of felt like that was going to be more of a lighthearted thing to get out of the way. I kind of feel like I would have watched Wonder Woman 84 first to get that sour taste out of my mouth before I watched something good. But all of that aside, I mean, Wonder Woman was all right. It was, like Max said, a movie. I prefer the first one over, this new one. It had pacing issues, man. It felt really, really jumbled. And even some of the action scenes that we got, I felt like the mall action scene at the beginning was one of the weakest openings I've ever seen in a movie. Ever. It was extremely weak. And I understand it was like more of a throwback to like the what's her name? Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, like more comic booky and stuff like that and fun. Right. But I was like, cool, that's what I thought the whole movie was gonna be like, and it really wasn't. And I had a lot of gripes, and I pretty much broke it down like 20-minute review. But Soul, and I know you guys just did Pixar week, and I haven't seen too many Pixar films, but this was definitely up there. I kind of want to rewatch that again, and then possibly go back and watch some of the older Pixar movies, because all I have to compare it to is the director that did it, which was, he did Inside Out as well, and it kind of felt a little bit Inside Outy with the blue parrot.
It really did. I said that as soon as it was over. I was like, this feels like a little bit like Inside Out.
Yeah, so I would say I enjoyed that one. I don't know if it would be my favorite Pixar, because a lot of people are saying this is like 5 out of 5 Pixar, or 5 out of 5 for the movie. But it was up there for me. It was up there. It was good. Yeah,
I would agree. I would definitely choose Soul over 1984. 84 was just, it was disappointing. I understand that folks did enjoy it, but I really didn't. And Soul, it was a solid Pixar film. I would say it was decent. I didn't love it. I didn't get like the chills that, I get when I watch Pixar movies typically. So it just didn't quite hit that mark, but it was still a decent film. Still a decent film. So, like moving on to our next topic, I wanted to talk about, it's the end of the year. So I know that we are, we love film. All of us love film. So have you guys seen any hidden gems this year? Like things that flew under the radar that not many people talk about? I know. Yeah. Go ahead.
One. Who wants to? Does anybody want to go first before I?
Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
I gotta think.
Okay. I think one film that kind of flew under everybody's radar was Kajillionaire with Gina Rodriguez and what's her name? Evan Rachel Wood. I think that's who it was. Who was in it? Mm-hmm. It was an excellent film. It was directed by Miranda July. It was at Sundance earlier this year. Mm-hmm. I had no idea what to expect. The trailer for it is not the best trailer I've seen.
It's a little misleading. I did see Kajillionaire.
Very misleading. And I was just like, okay. And then I went in totally blindsided and ended up loving it. I loved the pacing, loved the story, loved all the characters. And I just liked how kind of like comedic it was, especially from the parents in the film. Mm-hmm. I forgot who played her parents, but I thought
the dad from Step Brothers played her dad, but I can't remember who played the mom.
He always plays a dad, right?
Yeah, he does. He's good. He plays a good dad. He does.
Richard Jenkins was in it, and Deborah Winger. I actually just re-looked it up now, and I really enjoyed it all. I really liked the cinematography a lot. There was so much to really enjoy about it. I just had troubles with it a little bit at the end, but otherwise, it's a unique film. I don't want to go into too much about it.
Yeah,
because it's different. It's very, very different film.
Yes, I would agree. So you mentioned something at the end. Is it like story-wise you didn't really care for? Or
yeah, it's the story-wise towards the end, and that would cause some spoiler talk for me to come out a little bit. I think you could tell where I'm going, what happens at the end, AJ, since you have seen it.
Yeah. It was just it took you by surprise for sure.
With the ending that happens with the two characters, the two main characters.
Yeah.
And I was just like expecting more of a friendship, but it becomes more of a romantic kind of thing. And I was just like,
Came out of left field.
Okay, I was not expecting that or wasn't getting the hints of that.
Mhm.
But there was so much I really, really enjoyed and loved about that film. So I think it's a really great movie. And if Focus Features released it, and if you have the chance to see it, go watch it.
Okay. Cool. Anybody else see any like hidden gems this year? Things that kind of flew under the radar?
I was gonna say when theaters reopened for me, like in the middle of summer, whenever Tenet came out, like and they were reopening theaters again, they were advertising that too, Kajillionaire. But I just knew the poster and I seen Gina Rodriguez and stuff like that. I don't even watch trailers anymore because they give away way too much. Yeah. But the one that kind of flew under the radar for me, well, maybe not. I mean, it was advertised on like Amazon Prime, was Aubrey Plaza and Black Bear. Mm-hmm. You got that came out, I think, maybe a couple months ago, I want to say. And
like November or December, early December.
That was did you see that one, Kristen?
Excellent film.
That one's a mind teaser, dude. It really makes you think at the end of the film.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, Black Bear. She's pretty much a filmmaker, an actress turned filmmaker, and she's like secluding herself, like in a, like the movie Misery, where he kind of goes off to write his book in the cabin in the woods type of thing. He wants to isolate himself. That's what she wants to do, isolate herself. And she finds out that the people that are kind of there at the Airbnb that she's staying at, things happen. I'll just say things happen, but it's more than just a basic story. There's a couple of like stories in there. It's really weird. I can't even explain it without giving away too much, but yeah,
it's very trippy.
It's trippy.
Cool act.
But
like there's an event that happens, and you probably know what event that is, and then it's like, what? You watch like a whole different movie. I will say that.
But the reason why it was so memorable for me is because Aubrey Plaza's always been the same character. Like in every single movie I see her in, really flat, quirky character, right? Someone you can kind of see like maybe being like a friend that you know or something like that, or someone that you've heard of or whatever. But in this one, she gives it her all, like a dramatic performance, like especially at the end. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't know she had that kind of in her, So I really enjoyed that part.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that one out.
Yeah,
for sure. Ken joined us from Mid-Level Media.
Ken?
Yeah, so I'm gonna get into a little bit of this chat. Unboxing movies with me. Unboxing. What's up? What is going on? Unboxing movies with me is always in the chats. I really appreciate this, dude. Let's see. Certain Vids, and he said, "Yo, what's going on, Certain?" This is my wife, Staci. She says, "Hey, have a good live."
There you go.
Stranger Boy, he's always in the chat as well. Thank you. After credits. And then got some Mac and Miss Flamingo love in here.
Hi, Mom.
Hey.
Robert makes a cut.
What's up, Rob?
Yes.
What up, Rob?
He said, I don't know about this year, but some hidden gems in general. Summer of '84, Hardball, and Adventureland. I've seen Adventureland. Is Summer of '84 pretty good?
I was not a big fan of that one.
Was that the one? Was that the one kind of like the band of kind of like a Stranger Things type of movie?
Yeah, it was kind of like a Stranger Things type of slasher movie. It was kind of a throwback to the '80s a little bit, but I really didn't like where that story went in that movie.
Okay.
That sounds like the last season of American Horror Story.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay. Hardball. Who's that?
It's Keanu Reeves, isn't
it? Yeah, I was gonna say that's like an old Hardball one. Older than 1996.
Adventureland's a good movie.
That's Jesse
Eisenberg, Kristen Stewart. Yeah. That's probably the only Kristen Stewart movie that I actually enjoy her performance in.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I kind of would agree. I'm not a huge fan of hers, but
yeah,
Adventureland was decent.
Neither am I.
I like
Ryan Reynolds in it too.
Yeah. He had a smaller role, kind of a smaller role in it. Okay. Kristen Wiig always plays the same type of character. I would kind of agree with that, except this Wonder Woman film that we just saw. I didn't feel like it was the same character.
Have any of you all seen the Skeleton Twins with her and Bill Hader?
I haven't seen it, but I heard
it's a really dark, depressing movie. She gives a very different performance in that movie.
Yeah. Bill Hader, right?
Yes.
Bill Hader.
Yeah. Favorite baseball movie?
Oh, that's like very left field.
That's easy.
Matt, you go.
It has to be Brad Pitt, Moneyball.
Moneyball?
Moneyball.
Okay. Mac,
Yeah.
you got a favorite baseball film?
I am a fan of 8 Men Out with Charlie Sheen.
Don't think I heard of that one.
Because it's like
I've seen a
remember
bit of it, yeah.
you ever like back in like I think 1909 the Chicago White Sox they like threw the World Series and they were called like Chicago White Sox and like 8 of the players got banned for life, including like shoeless Joe Jackson, who would have been in the Hall of Fame by now. And it's been throughout the years. It's like, did he know? Was he a part of like the bet, like the fixing the game? And and it's pretty much like, hey, it's like it's telling the sides of the story that we may not know. And I kind of enjoyed that because I like that story. The situation in itself is just really interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Anybody else got a favorite baseball movie?
I'm gonna agree. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna say The Sandlot. I'm gonna go old school.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was
watch
gonna
too
say
many of them.
I'm a '90s kid. I'm going Sandlot or Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
I like both those.
Oh yeah.
Anybody seen Field of Dreams?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I hear a lot about it.
I haven't seen that movie in like years. Like
I think it's Kevin Costner.
Yeah, definitely. I remember going down to like my cousin's beach house, and you keep like a whole bunch of VHSs if you go to like a Jersey Shore house. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that area, but you always keep a stack of VHS tapes when you used to go. And one of them that we used to watch was Field of Dreams. So I remember watching that, but I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Yeah.
A League of Their Own. That's
I've seen clips of that, but I haven't seen the full movie. Okay.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, so let's get into the chat a little bit more. Keanu, okay. Favorite 90s shows, mine are Kenan Kel and That 70s Show. I love Fresh Prince. I grew up with Fresh Prince. So that's my go-to for 90s shows. What about you guys?
Seinfeld.
Probably. Yep. I kind of recently got into Seinfeld. I didn't watch it growing up, but I kind of recently got into it with the reruns and stuff.
Roseanne, Married with Children, all great 90s shows.
Oh yeah. Married with Children is funny.
I live in Friends. So
Friends? You said Friends?
I live in
Friends a good show.
Mac, he hates Friends.
I think that controversial opinion, Friends and Office are overrated.
Okay, I mean,
wow.
I've heard those. I've heard those takes. Honestly, in Friends, I was a huge Friends fanatic, and I just kind of stopped watching it because I don't want to wear it out for myself. You know what I'm saying? Have you guys ever done that? Like where you watch a movie or a TV show so much where it kind of just wears it out? I did that with Inside Out. I loved it. It was like my #1 Pixar film, but I watched it so much it kind of wore out for me. But yeah, I know it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad because it's such a great film.
I used to watch a lot of the sitcoms too. So like you said, Fresh Prince, Martin.
Martin. In
Living Color. A lot of the '90s SNL cast. I used to watch Family Matters, Full House, Step by Step. I used to watch basically anything that. Yeah, those early
TGIF lineup.
Exactly. Yeah. I used to watch all of that, as well as like all the after-school cartoon stuff, Bobby's World, Power Rangers. I'm trying to think of all that, but all that lineup.
It's a lot of them out there. And like the Nickelodeon was kind of big back then.
Oh yeah,
you had Hey Arnold. And I don't know if Cat Dog was 90s or early 2000s. It was 90s. Okay, it was 90s. Okay, yeah, I loved Cat Dog. Angry Beavers. I feel like Angry Beavers kind of like flew under the radar in 90s Nickelodeon, but I don't know. I really like that show.
Did you guys ever watch like Salute Your Shorts or anything like that?
I don't think I heard of that one.
Ken knows.
I've heard of it.
I did.
Yeah, Salute Your Shorts.
Is that Nickelodeon?
Hey Dude. There was Pete and Pete. It was all that
I
whole
used to
Nickelodeon.
love all the game shows and stuff on there, like
Yeah.
Figure It
Yeah.
Out, and,
Double
like,
Dare.
Double Dare, and yeah.
It's like one with slime. Was that Double Dare?
That was that, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I
Double
think
Dare.
every Nickelodeon show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, they had like
And
an
then-
award show where they would slime people.
Yep.
Yeah.
His choice
People
award-
probably
Award.
hated those award shows. They probably didn't even want to go to those award shows because
I know, right?
they knew their suits or whatever were getting ruined.
Yeah.
free exposure.
There, right. There's no crying in baseball. Yes.
Great line,
What film is
great
that?
Tom Hanks line.
League of Their Own.
Leader. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What movies do you think should be a limited series? This is my wife, and she know I talk about this all the time. Like films that I really enjoy, but I feel like need more detail. And I did a video a while back when Bird Box came out. I was like, I would love to see a mini series of Bird Box getting into like really. We didn't really get the details of what the creature was. The backstory, does it affect animals and things like that? So I did a video on that a while ago. Is there any movies that you guys feel like should be a mini series? We're getting Justice League as a kind of a mini series. So you guys know of anything that deserves a mini series?
For me, I'm gonna say I was a huge Cloverfield fan, and I hate what they did with that with the movies. So if they were to extend that into a world of like, you know, even like 6 1-hour episodes or something, like a mini series, like kind of how they did with Chernobyl, which I really, really did love that show. If they can do that like a little mini series, I would love to see that Cloverfield world expanded on with JJ.
Okay.
You didn't like what the movies did?
I liked the Cloverfield movie, but I didn't like 10 Cloverfield Lane, and I didn't like. I mean, I liked it as a whole, but you know the story behind 10 Cloverfield Lane, right? That wasn't even supposed to be a Cloverfield movie.
Yeah.
Really?
It was.
I think
It was
heard
a
that.
shelf. Yeah, it was a shelved property that I forgot who put it out, but they shelved it, and it was like 80% done. And they're like, "Hey, JJ, you want to finish this movie?" And he just added a Cloverfield twist to it.
Oh, isn't
It
that
was
supposed to be a
how-
paradox?
Wow.
That's how
Was
it
that
kind of
Paradox?
felt.
What's that?
Was that Paradox and not Lane?
That
No,
was supposed to be the third one they attached. That was like a Netflix thing. And that was
Oh,
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Paradox. That was terrible. Horrible film.
They just shimmied in a monster at the end, and like they just called it Cloverfield. You know, like that's not how it works to me. I would have loved to see like expanded into a series, the Cloverfield world.
I liked 10 Cloverfield Lane for what it was, but it did seem kind of weird how it was just kind of tacked on. That
At the
you know,
end, like
that-
when,
yeah,
just like
yeah,
the
it was
shift.
it was
Yeah,
weird.
it
I
was-
gotta admit that
It was really a thriller. I mean,
it
great
was. It wasn't
performance
really
by John
even-
Goodman.
It didn't even really feel like a sci-fi film for the majority of it.
If it would have just took place and he was lying the whole time, like just to keep her down there and she escaped, like I would have been fine with that, like a claustrophobic, we don't know what happened type of situation. I would have been fine with that, but they added something that it didn't really amp up the Cloverfield for me too much at the end. But yeah,
Yeah,
They do
I
have
agree.
good marketing techniques.
I would agree.
Yeah.
In Living Color. Yeah. I
Love that show.
think we mentioned that one. Yeah. It's a good one.
where Jim Carrey got his start, not start, but like getting a little more roles, I think, in Hollywood, because he was already doing movies and stuff. But I think he was already I think like being on one of those shows is like important, it kind of solidifies you as like a comedian, I mean, we see how many, actors kind of blossom from SNL,
Yeah. Yeah, and it was kind of the same type of thing, and then Mad TV was kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, they kind of sparked some folks' careers.
Jamie Foxx came from In Living Color too,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The PJs. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. That's
I love
Yeah.
that. Show. I grew up on that.
it's
Was
kind
that
of like a claymation.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's claymation,
Show.
right?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Martin
Oh,
Lawrence,
yeah.
didn't Martin Lawrence
Classic.
make it.
What was
Huh?
that?
It was like was it Martin Lawrence like the producer? Like he kind of like he made that show.
I think he
I'm
did.
not sure.
I think he did.
That was a very short-lived show, wasn't it? Didn't it only last like a season or two, maybe?
Yeah, that's
I
what.
feel like it
Yeah,
didn't
probably
last
like
long.
2 or 3 seasons. It wasn't a phenomenon, but it was kind of a cult classic for a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Daria.
Yeah.
Daria.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
That's from Beavis and you know about Daria, right?
But,
AJ?
yes, that's
Yeah, I know about
Yeah.
that. My sister
Okay.
made sure I know about that. I actually want them like if Daria was made into like a TV series or movie. I know they're making a spin-off animated.
Yeah, they're
series
making
of
a
her
spin-off
friend,
series.
but I wouldn't mind seeing it like a movie because you guys seen that College Humor video a few years ago? They had Aubrey Plaza as Daria.
Yes.
Mm.
That'd be
Like,
pretty
it's
good.
That
just
probably
like-
would be a good fit. That sounds
Yeah.
like a good
Like,
fit.
I feel like they could do that in like a TV series or movie because I don't know. Daria's like she's the '90s figure that was like, oh yeah, she's great, and then like she kind of went dormant, and then like recently during like the pandemic, I think that's like everyone was like, oh, I remember Daria, like how Clone
Rewatching.
High has got, like how Clone High has gotten like a resurgence back in popularity too.
Yeah.
Clone High.
Mhm. I like this question. Chinese, Mexican, or Italian?
Why did you skip over that one of that last comments there?
You know,
I'm reading it right now.
I saw that.
you gotta
Yeah.
call me out on it. But yeah,
Dude.
so what's your pick? What's you guys' pick? Matt.
Oh, Chinese, Mexican,
This is so
or
tough.
Italian food.
I just had pizza yesterday, so I gotta go Italian. Pizza's so
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
But
Anybody else?
I gotta agree, man.
Chinese.
Italian because I can't give up pizza.
yeah, I can't give up
No,
pizza.
you can never give up pizza.
Yeah,
I had Chinese
food.
actually earlier today. I had it for dinner and then I had leftovers today. Chinese is slamming. Mine, I guess my choice is Chinese.
It's gotta be Mexican all the way, man.
Mexican.
It's gotta be
Alright.
What's your
Mexican.
favorite Mexican dish?
I could just sit there and eat chips and sauce all day.
Chips and
I
sauce.
love like shrimp tacos. I love
Okay.
like chicken quesadillas, like the big stuffed burritos with the peppers and everything in them.
Oof, yeah. Those are good. So what is your favorite book to movie series?
Ooh.
Staci Wilson asks.
Hmm.
Gotta think about this one.
Yeah.
I have one, but it's not so much of a series. But I thought the adaptation of Water for Elephants was excellently like well done. I don't know if you guys have seen that. The book is really good.
I've seen
I
the movie,
will-
but I haven't read the book.
Mhm.
Rob
I
Pattinson?
think that's
Mhm.
yeah, that's the performance. Like I knew that would spark something, and like I knew Robert Pattinson had something special. Seeing outside of Twilight because I really liked his character in the book, and then I was like, okay, once the movie happened, I was like, he was one of the best parts of that film. And then seeing what he has done with Good Time, and now he's Batman. It just shows how he blew up from that career in the book. Is like I said, is really good.
Yeah, he's not just Edward
Yeah.
from Twilight. Yeah, I just recently watched Good Time, and I really enjoyed it. The story towards the end kind of was just like a little, but like throughout the film, I was on the edge of my seat.
That's a good one.
So
Yeah.
hot takes for nerds. Hello, everyone.
Yo.
What's going on, bro? Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget Second City TV, the Canadian version of SNL.
That's
I
like
haven't
the
seen
second-
that.
That's like the second time this month someone's brought that.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it was actually Rob that brought that up last time we were in the chat.
Yeah, we were doing the Home Alone debate type thing discussion, and he brought that up.
You gotta check that out.
Yeah, I got to check it out too. Eddie Murphy is PJ's.
Oh,
I'm Mario.
Yeah.
Favorite book to movie, Gone Girl. Yeah,
Yes,
Gone Girl.
That's one
really
of my
tripped me out.
favorites of like all time. I love that book.
It was a great. I'm planning to read that book actually in 2021, but that movie it tripped me out, man.
I need to watch that movie again. It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's
Probably
been a while since I've
2014
seen it.
since I've seen it. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen it too, and
I just
there's a
remember.
reason
I
for
just
that.
very vividly remember the Neil Patrick Harris.
Yo.
scene with her. Yeah.
Matt,
Messed up.
have you seen Gone Girl, the movie?
I've seen it once. It was like on cable television. I haven't
Mhm.
seen it. No.
Yo,
Fully.
I don't know if they can show that on cable. I don't know if they can show
Yeah,
that.
it was like on
that scene, that
TNT or
particular
TBS.
scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Thoughts on Bob's Burgers?
Oh,
You guys
I,
get
All right.
into adult
I hate it.
animation
Sorry.
at all?
I hate it.
I don't.
Wait,
I
what-
think I talked about
Wait,
this
who
before.
said they hate it?
David
David, you
did.
say you hate
Well,
Bob's Burgers?
The humor is not for me. It's not funny to me. It's just not.
Okay,
It's like cringe type humor in a way.
that's fair. Yeah, I can see
But
that.
But it's weird because I like a lot of
Try.
I like a lot of cringy shows, and to me that one's like not. I don't know. I like a lot of weird shows,
You're killing me.
like Adult Swim, like outlandish shows. Like I grew up on like Adult Swim in the early 2000s. You know, when of course like Family Guy was like reigning supreme, like with the reruns and stuff. And so I watched a lot of like Tim and Eric, Aqua Teen, Hunger Force. Like I watched a lot of like those. What's the one about the jail, Super Jail or something like that? Or
Super
it's like
Joe,
I watched a lot of those like weird shows that like you don't even know how they make sense. But for some reason, that one just didn't do it for me. I love all the Seth MacFarlane ones. Obviously, like the spinoffs of like Cleveland Show was okay, but I liked like American Dad.
American Dad. I did watch American Dad for a while. I was really like into it.
Even though they're the same format of Family, like I just like the writing of it was really funny to me.
Yeah.
I prefer Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Yeah, that's kind of newer. That's I saw that. Yeah, that's kind of newer on Adult
It's pretty
Swim.
funny. It's pretty funny. It's like
that concept is just funny.
Yeah.
It got canceled this year, but it's like they have 4 seasons on Hulu, but it's just it's Muhammad Ali and Scooby Doo, but it just meets like all like raunchy, dry humor that you can imagine. It's just like Jesus Christ, this is awesome.
I kind of got into Rick and Morty a little bit this year. I watched season 4. Have you guys seen Rick and Morty at all?
I've never seen
it. I couldn't get through the first episode, man. You know my thoughts on adult animation. I can't handle it.
You can't do adult animation.
I don't know what it is. Like I love animation for kids. I love Pixar and like DreamWorks and all that stuff. But when it comes to like animation, like for adults, I check out. I can't get into it. I don't know.
You know, it was a good animated show on Adult Swim was Metalocalypse. Did you guys ever watch that?
Oh yeah. It's like a metal band, no?
Yeah, the metal band. It's so funny, so weird.
Kids in the Hall. I'm not really sure what that is. Is that a 90s?
That was a good one. Was that on Comedy Central? I think
I'm not
for
sure.
a little
bit. I do remember watching that. I'm trying to think. Dave Foley, I think's the guy's name that was in it. It was 5 guys, and that was it. It was just 5 guys. It was a sketch comedy show. Yeah, and they played different characters. They almost always played women. Different sketches. It was a very funny show.
Yeah, I thought it was really good too. There was one guy that you always see in movies still nowadays. I remember he was in the Paul Rudd movie "I Love You, Man." He's in a lot of I forget his name, but yeah, he's in a lot of movies now.
Okay. Do you guys have a favorite Marvel character? If so, what's your favorite Marvel character? I guess I could go first. I love Spider-Man. That's my favorite Marvel character. Now, the MCU Spider-Man, not my favorite Spider-Man, but I do enjoy Tom Holland. But yeah, Matt, favorite Marvel character.
I think Spider-Man is the obvious, but I gotta go with Wolverine. He's like my second favorite.
Yeah.
And I really, Hugh Jackman Wolverine is cool, but I feel like we could get better.
Who would you choose to be Wolverine instead of Hugh Jackman? Like kind of like a fan casting thing.
What's his name? Charlie Hunnam. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I'm not sure.
Charlie Hunnam. Oh, from
there you go.
From
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. Yeah.
I think he'll be a good fit. I think the most perfect has to be Tom Hardy, but he's already locked up with Venom. So yeah,
he can always leave.
Hopefully, I mean, I'm giving Venom 2 a shot because Andy Serkis is gonna get behind it. So I'm gonna check that out.
I don't know. I'm gonna check it out, but I don't know about Venom.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It was a little yikes. Favorite Marvel character, Matt.
Well, I don't know if I have a specific character, but I do like. Can I just say that I like all the Fantastic Four because I think their stories are the most interesting, and I'm really excited that John Watts. We're finally gonna get a movie 5th time's the charm that it can be good in theaters.
Yeah,
let's hope. Ken,
I hope
you into Marvel?
Yeah, I'm into Marvel. Who's not?
I mean, I see your Wonder Woman behind you.
It's yeah. Well, I thought we were talking about Wonder Woman tonight.
So well, we talked about it a little bit, but
it's fine. We don't have to.
We can go back. No, I really do want to hear your thoughts on it. But yeah, Marvel.
No, it's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay. Nice, Kristen.
Oh gosh, I have so many favorite Marvel characters. I love Spider-Man. That's like obvious, and I grew up with Spider-Man. I love Captain America. I love Peter Quill. I love Rocket. I love Groot. I love Iron Man. It depends on the day I wake up and be like, which one do I love more today?
Yeah.
And I like to play favorites with all of them, and I even love like Ant-Man. So like I don't have a particular favorite, but I do because I have like a love for each and every one because each hero is very different and unique in their own way. But I think going along with everybody else here, I would have to say Spider-Man.
Okay. You said you mentioned Groot. What do you think about the I Am Groot series. What do you think that might be about? Or
I'm curious. I don't
think it's
know
gonna be
what
animated?
to expect. I feel like it will be. I feel like that's the direction I see them, at least Marvel and Disney, putting themselves into. Kind of like how they did their whatchamacallit, Guardians of the Galaxy, like Disney XD series.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll be like that, like animated. I think it'll be a little bit more advanced for that animation. I think it will get like, the CGI type group, I think, maybe. And
it'd be more like the Forky series or something, like maybe like short 3 or 4 minute episodes.
People will watch it.
I watched the Forky series. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
David, I think we know your favorite Marvel hero. You got him on your hat? Is that no?
Well, I mean, Deadpool is, I don't know, would you consider, I mean, he's like more MCEU, I guess, now, but like, I mean, he is part of that world now, but I love me some Deadpool, obviously, but I love Logan. Logan is by far one of my all-time, even the previous one, the Wolverine, was really good to me. Punisher and Logan are my go-to guys, but I think as a whole right now, who's really stepping it up, I do love the Tom Holland Spider-Man. Just as far as like the overall, of course, we all grew up on the Tobey Maguire one, and we all have soft spots for him and stuff. But Tom Holland, there's something about like he's hitting on all cylinders for me as far as the movies are getting. Like I preferred, and I know a lot of people prefer the first over the one with Mysterio, Far From Home. But I preferred Far From Home a little more, just with the edge of Mysterio's
I'm
character.
with you on that. I prefer Far From Home better.
Yeah. I like where it was going.
Outstanding.
I prefer Homecoming.
You prefer Homecoming?
That's what I would get usually when I would post about it. But
I think most people do. But
yeah,
so I love Jake Gyllenhaal in that movie. He was so good.
He was good.
So good.
Oh yeah.
I would prefer Far From Home a little bit over Homecoming. This is kind of a moment right here. It's we agree on something.
The stuff they did, just like the holograms and stuff. That was so cool. It's stuff that I've never seen before in anything before.
The visual
kind of movie
were really nice.
I agree.
I don't know, but every time I watch that movie, Far From Home, it's just the more I get annoyed of it. Like I don't know. It's just that story and how it's just trying to be a comedy and Mysterio. They do a good job, but it's just like I don't know. The more and more I watch it, the more I less like it.
I can see that.
Like the first 40 minutes is like Spider-Man's day off, like he needs a break and he's like going like on a trip and stuff like that. And it's like him kind of being a kid, just taking a day or taking the summer or whatever it was, like a summer break or something like that.
Yeah. Also, he's supposed to be your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's where I kind of want to see him. You know what I'm saying? That's I don't really want to see him going on trips. It was fun to see it, but that ultimately after the fact, I'm just like, we need them in the city. We need them saving people and things like that. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. Homecoming did better with that, but I just had a lot more fun with Far From Home. But yeah, my favorite book series is You. The book to series. Has anybody seen You?
Yes.
Netflix?
I watched the first 2 seasons.
You did? I think it's only 2, right? I think it's only 2 seasons. Yeah, and they're coming out with a 3rd season here soon.
They're pretty solid. I thought the second season, because I think the first season was on TV. I can't remember what channel it was on, but the second season was Netflix original, and it got much more gory and brutal in that one. So it was almost like a horror series, really.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know. I still don't really know. I think it's like about a stalker or something.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Can I say Goosebumps as mine?
What's that?
Can I use Goosebumps as my favorite book, the series on Cartoon Network?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Saved by the Bell or Full House. I think we were talking about
either
or.
I'm gonna say Saved by the Bell for me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Full House.
I might have to go Full House on this one. I grew up with Full House, and Saved by the Bell I did watch some, but it just didn't resonate with me as well as Full House did. What about you guys?
I didn't watch Saved by the Bell when it was first on. I watched it years later. I enjoyed it because it kind of reminded me of the 90s and stuff. But I guess for pure nostalgic, I'll say Full House. Yeah, I watched it all the time as a kid.
Which one is cheesier?
Oh,
Full House is more wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
would that make it more cheesy?
They both dealt with some serious issues though in certain like there was one where I remember DJ in Full House, she was like trying to lose weight, so she got like addicted to pills and stuff. And then there was an episode also in Saved by the Bell where, oh god, I forget the taller girl's name, but she wasn't like in the forefront. She was like one of the friends, but brunette, I think, and she was addicted to like uppers basically because she was trying to stay up for something. So and she became like she had a problem, and Slater was like trying to like stop her. There was like issues, that they were kind of going through. But for the most part, it was just kind of like everyday life, like in the 90s, and like this wholesome stuff. But they did have a couple of serious issues.
Yeah, and I feel like sitcoms do that. Kids sitcoms kind of do that. I remember on That's So Raven, they were talking about cigarettes and smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like this is kind of different, kind of weird, but. Yeah, they dealt with that for some reason. I don't know.
Jesse Spiderman.
Even had a racist episode.
Yeah, they did. I forgot about that. She wouldn't get hired at this place because she was black. That was an interesting episode. Stranger Boy asks, top 3 things you need in a sub sandwich. I feel like I can't really answer this because I eat all kind of different subs. Teriyaki chicken and meatball sub. Club sandwich, like it has different ingredients in it. What about you guys? Are there any 3 things that you have to have in a sub?
Top 3 toppings or just top 3 things? Because you got meat and cheese, and then you already got 2 out of the way right there.
Right. So is that something you have to have in a sub though? Meat and cheese?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't always get cheese.
Yeah. See, me either. Like
if
with
I'm
a meatball
trying to go
sub,
healthier, I'll go with that cheese.
Yeah, I feel like with a meatball sub, you don't really need anything on it. You could put cheese on it, but what's so funny?
They're philosophical questions.
Well, these are philosophical questions. Seriously, we got a lot of people in the chat. I'm gonna try to catch up with this chat.
I think top 3 condiments would be more in like. I'm kind of more interested in your top 3 condiments, like on top of subs, guys.
Yeah.
That's usually the most like the debate.
You gotta have
I hate mustard,
banana peppers.
Yeah.
Spinach. Some green peppers. Gotta have those 3 things.
I love spinach.
Yeah,
I like raw spinach. I don't like
sauce and black olives.
I can't do cooked spinach or like cream spinach. I have to have it raw.
Olives. I hate black olives.
Spinach dip? Oh I'm not black olives right here.
Sorry.
I can eat black olives, but like not a lot. Like on a pizza, not like by themselves at all.
Some people just pop them, just like
out of the jar. Like
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I can't do that. I cannot do that. I can't even like smell them, like a cup of them. I can't even like do that. So
how about pickles? Because people eat pickles just straight out of the like dill pickles.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
I can't do
Chuck
that.
down.
I can do that.
Really? I just need to do the slices like on a burger or something.
Yeah, this is what Robert Makes a Cut was saying in our live that John Candy was on that Canadian series. What's your favorite Christmas movies or holiday films? I know we just came off the holidays. Are we? We're kind of fresh off those.
I know. AJ's is Home Alone.
AJ's Home Alone too.
My favorite. Matt, do you get into holiday movies or anything like that?
No, but
yeah.
I like Deck the Halls. I don't know if you guys remember that one. That was
oh my god,
Danny DeVito one.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen it. I've only seen the poster, but I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen the film either.
Yeah.
Gotta check that out.
I would say Elf. Elf is my favorite, all-time favorite Christmas film.
That's everyone's go-to, Elf.
I mean,
Christmas Story, National Lampoon's must.
Christmas Story, I really do like.
Too, Elf.
Home Alone 2. Yeah. I would say Christmas Story is really good. I wouldn't say it's my number one though. Mac, you were gonna say something?
I found a soft spot for all the Hallmark Christmas movies because they're so easy.
Yo, have you guys seen A Recipe for Seduction with Mario Lopez?
Yeah.
Yo, I watched it for a second time yesterday. A second time.
That needs a full movie, like a full extended.
I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel with a full movie feature length. I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect the length it is.
Did you guys see the Will Ferrell movie that they did years ago with Kristen Wiig, where they did like a Lifetime movie?
It was like the series movie, right? It was like a serious Will Ferrell movie on Lifetime.
Yeah, it was like a deadly adoption or something like that.
That sounds familiar.
And it was like
I know.
Yeah, it was 2015. Yeah, I just looked it up.
Wow.
So
what's it called?
My mom.
A Deadly Adoption, and it had Kristen Wiig and Will Ferrell, and they announced like the premiere of it 24 hours like in advance of the come on or something like that.
Pretty sure my mom watched that.
And it was taken so seriously, and it was so awful. I think they were aware of that, and it was just the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
So it wasn't supposed to be funny?
No.
It's supposed to be serious?
No, it sounds like it's supposed to be serious, but it failed.
Yeah, title A Deadly Adoption. You kind of like, you know, you ever notice their movie titles are like Deadly Obsession or a Killer Cheerleader or a Babysitter to Die For? I'm like, you cannot be more spot on with these names. It's so bad.
Dude, and the thing with that recipe for, what was it called again?
Recipe for Seduction.
So, dude, what is KFC doing? Because they just had this like fake like KFC console. Did you guys see that?
My stepbrother thought it was real.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people thought it was like a video game console that could cook chicken at the same time.
What?
Yeah.
Look up the promotion for it. Like it shows that it has like a graphics card in it. That's like it could run at like 240 frames. It's so stupid. It is dumb.
My brother-in-law was telling me about that on Christmas.
Dude, it looks legit. It looks super legit though.
It does.
The promo for it is really funny.
I mean,
we're about to look this up.
Yeah, KFC is like on next level promotion right now.
They even
like that was it's 60-minute commercial. Like what?
They made fake Crocs too earlier.
What
did they?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it.
Oh my gosh, I'm sharing this.
Yeah, see if you can pull that up. It looks pretty gnarly.
Yeah, can you guys see that?
Yeah. Cook your chicken right in there.
What's the exclusives?
Wow. Not to be out
Go to that top picture, like the fourth one where the chicken's in there. The fourth picture on top.
Oh yeah,
chicken's in there. Oh, this one.
The fourth one. The fourth one on top. Yeah, look at that, dude.
Wow,
crispy.
KFC console. How original. Oh shoot, that's funny. But anyway, let's move on. Got a little carried away there. Are you more excited for Spider-Man 3 or Spider-Verse 2?
Oh,
Spider-Verse 2.
Spider-Verse 2.
Spider-Man 3.
Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie.
Into the Spider-Verse was amazing, and it was my number one. But I had to go back to Spider-Man 2002 as my number one. Tobey Maguire, man. He's priceless.
Spider-Man 2 2004 was my number one.
It was great. That one's great as well. Matt, what are you more excited for, Spider-Man 3 or Spider-Verse 2?
It feels like we're gonna get the same movie, the same type of kind of plot with like the Spider-Verse with Spider-Man 3 going in.
Yeah, I'm nervous about that.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Yeah, it might have that. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a mess. It'll be nice to see my boy Tobey in there, but I gotta go Spider-Verse 2. I think it's just gonna be a more cleaner movie, more focused movie on the characters, and then whatever the MCU is doing.
Yo, it really does seem like it's getting messy with all these announcements and things like that. It's like
Spider-Man 3 seems like it's chasing what Spider-Verse did. I think.
I think they saw that and they kind of want to replicate. You know.
Yeah, they saw the success of Spider-Verse, and they're like, okay, we're gonna try to do something crazy. We're gonna make an Avengers Endgame type of movie, but just Spider-Man. Like I don't know. I'm excited for it, but I'm nervous. Thoughts on Sausage Party? I know Ken.
Spider-Man 3.
What you?
I was gonna say I'm the only one, I guess, that's excited for Spider-Man. I mean, because they're tying in every future Phase 4 movie. That's why they're doing this. Like that's. Because it ties in the Doctor Strange stuff. And
I'm excited for it. I just if you tell me, ask me which one I'm more excited for, it'd be Spider-Verse 2.
Yeah. So David, you said Spider-Man 3. You're more excited for?
Yeah.
Okay. You were kind of late to the game with the Spider-Verse, though. You just recently watched it, right?
Hey, you want to know something funny? I didn't finish it.
Oh,
so maybe that's why you guys are loving it so much. But I did start it, and for whatever reason, it's not because I was uninterested. I was just busy at the time. But I have to go back and rewatch this because it's become like everyone's top, like at least top 3. It seems like, you know, for Spider-Man movies. But
how far did you get into it?
40 minutes into it, about.
Yeah,
40 minutes.
I mean, it starts off great, but
yeah,
it also has a lot of the emotional hooks, or like in the last 45 minutes.
It's visually stunning, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It is. That's one thing I loved about it, the visuals. Are any of you guys into anime? I am. I'm actually really into anime. I love anime. I don't think anybody else in the channel on the panel is into anime. I'm trying to get Ken.
I mean, I am.
He's gonna do an anime.
I'm gonna do an anime mod.
I'm holding him
AJ,
to
just
that.
for you.
I'm
gonna
review
like 2 animes.
I'm not
That might be all I can stomach.
What were you saying, Kristen?
I'm not totally into anime, but I did watch Death Note, which
Okay.
I watched. That was the first anime series I watched with my boyfriend, and now the second series he's getting me into is Attack on Titan because of the new season that's coming out.
Yeah, I'm watching that right now. I'm watching season 2.
Yeah, so
like right before the stream, I finished season 1. What were you gonna say?
I'm right in the starting to get into all the good stuff of season 1. So figuring
it takes
out
a minute. It takes a minute to get to the good stuff. Mac, you were saying something about Attack on Titan. Are you into any of this?
Dude, I grew up with Toonami. You know, every Saturday night you go home, you watch all the anime that come to the stream. You know, I freaking my favorite anime series of all time is Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. I actually picked the steelbook up for that this summer. I'm gonna check it out. But
Attack on Titan's pretty good. I like it.
Film Geeks, what's up, guys? What's going on, man? Let's see. Spider-Man, the GOAT, Marvel favorite character.
It's a cool logo he has.
Yeah, I like the logo. I like his logo. Wonder Woman 84 or Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll say Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, like that's just say you want to get shot or you want to get stabbed.
It's a good comparison.
It's like Suicide Squad is not terrible, but it's just like it has so many flaws.
A lot of people think it's terrible. A lot of people think it's terrible. I would definitely choose Suicide Squad.
I said it in my review. I'll choose Suicide Squad over Wonder Woman 84. I thought Wonder Woman 84 was awful.
I enjoyed.
I at least enjoyed parts of Suicide Squad, even though I do admit it's a bad movie. But.
Yeah. I don't know. We're kind of a mixed panel on this one. Let's see what's next. Let's see if anybody can asking some good questions. 5 Feet Apart or Fault in Our Stars. These are kind of some sappy movies. Have you guys seen either of one of these?
I have.
5 Feet Apart was so ahead of its time.
I watched both of these movies, and I enjoy both, actually. But I might have to say 5 Feet Apart. I think The Fault in Our Stars was a lot more commercial. Like, it was more well-known than 5 Feet Apart. But, yeah, I enjoyed the film more than The Fault in Our Stars.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Fault in Our Stars, so...
I mean, it's good, but I don't know.
I think The Fault in Our Stars got overhyped. Like, once everybody has seen it, it was like one of like the big summer movies, and then it got nominated for like all that like teen stuff, like those Teen Choice Awards and those MTV Movie Awards, and I was like, okay, I get it. Like, because I liked The Fault in Our Stars, I thought it was a really cute movie. However, I will say I think the storylines in 5 Feet Apart are a little bit more well put together, and the 5 Feet Apart did make me cry. I was hoping.
Have you all ever seen The Spectacular Now?
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
If you're going for like these type of movies, that's so much better. Like that is. That's a good recommendation. That's an A24 movie too.
Okay. Yeah, I actually own it, but I haven't seen it. My wife loves it, but I haven't seen it.
Shailene Woodley. That's
Shailene Woodley.
Wasn't she in Fault in Our Stars too?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Shailene Woodley and Miles Teller.
Yeah.
I know that Fault in Our Stars had that annoying ass song. It's like boom, clap sound in my heart. The beat. I'm like, I hate that song. When you're on the road trip and that's the constant pop song playing, you're like, good God. I was like, I get it. It's boom, clap, but change the tune or something. God. Like the movie's good, but I'm sick of that song.
After streaming services, what do you guys think the next big thing is?
There is nothing after every streaming service.
I don't know. I think that might be the
boot it up in your brain.
Yeah. Hologram. You can watch it on your watch. You can download movies on your
veins.
Yep.
It's Headflix.
Watch them in your glasses.
Yeah, you press a button on the side of your head, goes and then you hear the Netflix sound.
Ken and Mac, y'all are gonna get Netflix in your glasses.
Yes, sure. We're gonna have movies beamed into our heads.
Don't watch and drive. So that 70 Show or Big Bang Theory? You guys get into
that 70 Show. That 70 Show. Yeah.
But
admittedly, I haven't seen but maybe one season of Big Bang Theory.
I enjoy both of the shows, but I might have to say that 70 Show because I rewatched that show like maybe 3 times. Big Bang Theory, I didn't even finish the whole series. I watched season 1 through 6, and then the final season.
Yeah, that Big Bang Theory.
I just watched that flight attendant series on HBO Max.
Yeah,
Kaylee. She was actually really good. The show was okay, but she was really good in that show.
Okay, I saw the trailer.
Second season.
Oh. It got renewed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's coming back. I don't know what to expect for it. I haven't seen it yet, but a lot of people were talking about it, though.
It's worth checking out.
David, either of these shows you got into?
I was going to say the humor on Big Bang Theory, I can't do it. It's just not for me. But that 70s show, I like it a lot. I like a lot more of the characters, I guess. Like, I mean, Spawn to Ashton Kutcher thing. I love me some Mila Kunis. Who's the main kid? The main actor? He was like in Black. Yeah, Topher Grace from Black. He was in Black Klansman. He went to a bunch of different movies. But I like the overall cast in that more than I do Big Bang Theory. And then of course the writing for me is just better in 70s show.
I can see that. And the subject matter, I feel like the subject matter is more relatable in that 70s show.
Yeah. Just the mom and dad in that 70s show is just like perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like
they could have had a show on their own.
Play with the kids. Yeah.
I feel like the Big Bang Theory too is just trying to be like, look how nerdy these guys are. We're gonna relate to all the people that watch our show, right?
Yeah, it got a little repetitive. It got a little too repetitive for me, but for the most part, I enjoyed it. What got you into starting YouTube, a YouTube channel, and doing movie reviews? Yo, I guess I could start. I love film. I love music, but in my everyday life, I feel like I talk about it too much. And people might get a little annoyed with me. So I have a medium where I can go on here and discuss movies with no judgment. So what about you guys?
I can stay in the same boat. I've been doing reviews for a long time now, not just on YouTube, but like on my Instagram, potentially starting a YouTube channel soon with it. So, yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Same thing like what you just said, AJ, and I think we all pretty much do is, coming on to an outlet where, you can have a conversation and not be judged by, your own peers. Like, I'm sure we all had our parents growing up talking about, all sorts of stuff. Like my parents get sick of hearing me talk about movies all the time. That's all I live and breathe and, do with my career and, coming out here and, talking to people like you guys, and it feels great, and and you get like interesting takes and people's perceptions like that make you see the film in a different way. Like even now, like I love Wonder Woman 1984, and now I'm learning a majority of people don't really like it. That's fine, and that can
get different perspectives. You definitely get different perspectives,
and I think that's the fun of it. And seeing people's reactions is the best part of doing that.
Yeah, if everybody thought the same about every movie, life would be boring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that, we have different
perspectives. Sometimes it feels good to be that only person on that island that either loves something or hates something.
It makes you feel special.
I'm seeing something that nobody else is seeing. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. David.
Yeah.
What got you into YouTube?
Same thing, man. I really love talking music and movies. And ever since the pandemic hit, I had to stop doing music. I don't know if I talked about this with you guys, but I used to DJ for 10 years. So
really?
Hey. Yeah, well, yeah. It's yeah, guys, I don't talk about it too much just because it doesn't relate to with the channel. But yeah, since March, man, everything shut down in my area slowly, and I was out of a gig. So that was just kind of a side thing that I've been doing for, like I said, about 10 years. And always talking movies, and I wanted to translate that. I think I started actually just talking on Facebook or Instagram, just text and stuff, or just through text, and then translate it to I wanted to do YouTube, and I just started seeing what everybody else had as far as a setup and try to emulate that, and then just build from there. Get into some programs, watch tutorials, and then go from there. So that was it. Yeah,
that's dope.
And then another thing too is that I know a lot of like my constituents, like my cinephile friends and stuff like that. A lot of them went to film school. I didn't at all. So I'm just speaking from the mind of an average Joe, basically. And sometimes I feel like people appreciate that, and sometimes people get upset that you're not too detailed or too intricate with your words sometimes, and they try to fault you in the comments and stuff like that. And it really just you got to learn to have thick skin if you are on YouTube. That's one thing I will say, because I know Tony Movie Chappie all the time on my channel, and they're really trying to get into doing reviews and stuff like that. You got to kind of have thick skin if you're going to be reading the comment section, if anything, because people can be harsh, man. They will, and it's true. There's no filter on that really. So it's just kind of what you choose to do with it. So
yeah, I've had a harsh comment. I've had a few harsh comments, but there was one where I said Lupita Nyong'o's name wrong, and they tore me apart. I was just like, the name is kind of hard to say a little bit. Like you sound stupid. You sound dumb. Like, are you serious? Like, you need to be off YouTube. I'm like, pump the brakes. Like, come on now.
I pronounce it wrong every week. I swear.
You know what? Yeah. So, like, just do you. Have fun with it.
Who really cares? Like, they knew what you did. Like, what does it matter?
Exactly.
What gives you the...
as long as they know what you're talking about, then that's what matters. So
so I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the most anticipated 2021 films / TV shows. What are we looking forward to, y'all?
Ooh.
Movies coming back again.
Exactly.
Going to the movie theaters.
Movies actually coming out.
Exactly. Well, with the HBO Max and the dropping on the streaming service and the theaters, are we looking forward to any of those films? I know the Batman was supposed to come out this year or in 2021, but they got delayed. Maybe.
Yeah, 2022.
22.
And Dune had been talking about coming out in 2021, right? No.
I think they put the end of next year. Yeah.
So, what are we thinking?
One thing,
are we hopeful for anything?
One thing that technically came out this year for like a premiere was A Quiet Place 2, and they still haven't really announced like are they going to release that on a streaming as well, like alongside theaters. They're really just kind of like putting that. At least I haven't seen any new news on it, and that was like one of the ones that I was anticipating the most. That and the last Daniel Craig 007 film. That we get. I'm really excited for those two. But yeah, Dune. I don't know too much about Dune. I still haven't seen the original, so I know there's a lot of hype behind it. The cast looks amazing. The story that I read on it looks really good, so I'm looking forward to that. I kind of want to walk into these movies blindly, and not know too much about them. But those ones I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I don't know about Dune. I'm not hype. Like, my hype level is not like all the way there for Dune, but it, like you said, it does have an awesome cast.
Well, you gotta take that director's track record, Denis Villeneuve. Like, he hasn't missed yet. Like, he has all great movies.
He's a brilliant director, and you can't go wrong what he's gonna do with Dune. I think it's gonna be spectacular. Yes.
Yeah, Arrival. Like, I'm not the biggest Dune fan. I remember reading the book when I was in high school, and it confused the shit out of me. But it's like very highbrow Star Wars, pretty much.
I think the only Denis Villeneuve film I've seen is Prisoners.
That's one of the best ones.
That's one of my favorite movies of all
great.
time.
I saw Arrival.
Enemy's my favorite, but
Enemy was great.
Yeah,
Enemy's outstanding.
Sicario. I was gonna say, did you see Sicario?
Sicario's great,
dude.
So
yeah, he had some great movies.
Ranking Denis Villeneuve's films is so difficult, because they're all legitimately
49.
great.
Everything he makes is like.
You guys are praising him. I don't know. I'm kind of split because I feel like I only seen 2 of his movies. One I liked and one I didn't like. So I'm kind of split.
Which one didn't you like?
I didn't like Arrival. I didn't like Arrival, but I did like Prisoners. Prisoners was great.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
that's the best Hugh Jackman performance.
I was gonna ask Ken, do you feel like a lot of people did not watch Enemy? I feel like a lot of people weren't talking about it too much.
No, and it's on Netflix. Like, I talk that movie up all the time. I'm like, you all need to watch this.
The problem was, I think, with Enemy is that it was considered a Canadian release, and then it got a limited release when it came out in the United States.
Because I think it came out the same year as Prisoners. I think he had both of those movies, but I think it got like officially released in theaters in like 2014.
Yeah, and that totally felt like under the radar because it was an independent film.
But it's an A24 film too. It's
and that was like the time of like when A24 was kind of becoming like
they were just breaking
because they had Lock released that year, they had Chef released that year, they had so many films coming out from 2014. It was kind of hard to keep up with, and when Enemy was like released, you kind of said, "Oh, there's this new Jake Gyllenhaal movie," and then it was totally gone, and I didn't get to see it until like.
And then I could see how that movie puts a lot of people off just watching it for the first time, because I didn't love it the first time I saw it. It took me like a couple watches, because every time you watch it, it like rewards you in a different way. Like you start to peel back the layers of what the movie's actually about.
Yeah.
And you guys are talking about Enemy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's on Netflix. Is it gonna be taken off?
At least
soon?
I think it's still on Netflix. It might not be, but I know it was as of like a month ago.
Okay. That's something I'm gonna write it down. All right. So I wanted to talk about so we got 2 DC female-led films this year. Birds of Prey, which doesn't even really feel like this year, but we got that, and we got Wonder Woman 84. Which one are we feeling? Which one do we like more?
I really want to have this conversation.
Oh, the green screen fell.
Green screen down.
That's why
Kristen, I saw you like moving your head. What do you feel? You like Wonder Woman 84 or Birds of Prey?
Oh, Wonder Woman 1984 more than Birds of Prey. I had so much more fun with, 1984. I think one of my things I really liked about Wonder Woman 1984 was that I got to see it in theaters. I got to see it in like an early screening, and that's what elevated my experience of Wonder Woman 1984. And I think that's hard for a lot of people who can't see it right now, because I get what Patty Jenkins was trying to say, especially with the opening act, because I love that opening act. I think
it was a great opening act, I'll say that.
Because that opening act is filled with so much adrenaline, and I got to see it in an IMAX theater, so I get what she was trying to do with a lot of the action pieces. So I feel like seeing it on like a smaller screen, I felt like took away from all of like what were people are expecting from that. So I feel like if you really want to go for a really good theater going experience to see Wonder Woman 1984, then go see it in theaters if you can safely.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that for sure. So are you guys looking forward to the Uncharted movie?
Yes, but I'm scared.
I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared too. I know we got Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. Do you guys know about Uncharted at all?
I don't play games, modern games.
No.
I played the first 2. I didn't play the third or fourth, but I love those 2 games though. I still play them.
The fourth, I would say, is the best.
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say that. Okay. What would your favorite?
The second one's the best.
I think third one's my favorite.
Third one's okay. We got a little bit of a split panel on that. Okay.
I haven't played the third one, so
I feel like the fourth one was the most cinematic, and I was the most intrigued by the story with his brother and all like that. But we get a younger Nathan Drake. I'm kind of nervous about that because I feel like Nathan Drake is, he's in his mid-30s. You know what I'm saying? So, like
Tom Holland looked really good in those images, though. He
did. That's another thing that kind of.
And I think also with his performance in The Devil All the Time, I can see a little bit of that kind of.
Yeah, I think The Devil All the Time. I feel like the Devil All the Time movie really showed his range. I think it's what he needed for his career, because he really wasn't doing a whole lot of different like versatile roles. He wasn't taking that many versatile roles, and when he took that one, I think it showed people that he could do this, like he could do that. So,
what about Mark Wahlberg as Sully though?
I don't see it. No. I don't like that.
We were like clowning those images every week that were coming out, like the video. Sully, right? He's coming out as Sully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He had like a big mustache. You didn't see the videos?
I look fake.
I don't think I know that. I don't think I know Sully.
It looks.
I'll wait and see, but to me, that casting makes no sense at all.
To me, Mark Wahlberg's been going downhill, but that's just my personal preference. So,
I can agree with you with what you're saying. I don't think he's made like.
Did you see Spencer Confidential?
It was good.
I didn't finish it. I didn't like it. I shut it off halfway. It's like John Henry. I couldn't finish it.
Oh, that was like one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. John Henry was the worst.
It was so bad.
And I think he produced that movie too. I think Terry Crews produced that movie.
Oh yeah, and
he was behind it.
And they're making a sequel too.
Oh gosh. Why waste your money? Why waste your money? Wow.
Surprise me.
It's an audience, man.
Yeah. Physical media or streaming? We know about Ken. We see David back there.
I'm kind of split on that though, real quick. Like some movies I will go out and I will buy the physical if I absolutely love it, if it has a lot of rewatch value, or even if I just want to simply support the studios and the actors involved. Like I will go out and spend my money. If I know I had a good time maybe in theaters, but I know it's going to be like a one and done, then I might not pick it up on physical if I know I'm not going to watch it again.
Because you can always wait for the $5 bin at Walmart too.
That's true. That's true. I'm sure it'll go down. Yeah.
You do Dollar Tree video.
I do a lot of Dollar Tree. Yeah.
You do, Ken. Both of you guys, and whenever I go to Dollar Tree, I can't find Blu-rays for some reason.
It's hit or miss for me, man. Sometimes I get lucky. Sometimes
they get snatched up really quick. The best thing I can recommend, and I don't know if Ken does it, is make friends with the coworkers there. And
no, I haven't done that yet. Do they save them for you?
Well, I'm actually lucky enough to know somebody that I went to after high school. I met him, and he he's an assistant manager now at a Dollar Tree, and he's like, "Oh, I could just let you know when we get a shipment," and I'm like, "Hell yeah!" Like, just let me know. So he like calls me when he gets it, and I just run over there.
Wow. I walked into one the other day, and it was just like walls of DVDs and Blu-rays. I'm like, man, I hit the jackpot, but it's like completely random because I went in there the month before and there was nothing. So I don't know.
Wow. Okay, well, maybe I just have to keep checking,
keep hunting. Yeah,
but
find some good stuff in there sometimes.
Yeah, this next year I'm not going to be doing the same type of hauls that I've been doing this year. I'm going to do one piece of physical media each month. So my hauls are going to
get it at the Dollar Tree. You're going to be saving a lot of money.
Yeah. I already have some planned out that I want to pick up, but yeah. So this is a little bit kind of out of left field, a little off topic. But the Tom Cruise rant, I kind of wanted to get you guys' thoughts on that. I feel like his motivation was kind of in the right place, but his execution of what he did was not great. What do you guys think about the Tom Cruise rant?
Who wants to start off? Go ahead,
Matt.
I think if I was putting money in the movies like he's doing, I'll be pissed off too. I mean, you gotta stay in line, especially now. People, losing jobs, losing lives over COVID-19. You can't be messing around making movies. A lot of these studios, producers have a lot of faith in these guys, and they're just messing around. I would have done the same thing, in my opinion. But yeah, maybe he could have toned it down just a bit, but he's probably stressed out from working on this stuff. So yeah, I can see it. I can see the rage.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, like you said, how it's just frustrating when people don't follow protocol. People are losing lives, losing jobs, and things like that. It's just like there's a certain way you talk to people, and I feel like that really wasn't it. But I get where he's coming from. David, I feel like you were going to say something.
No, I'm on the same opinion as Matt there, as far as the words that he said were appropriate. I mean, and I think I had even read that I mean, the production on this movie has been halted a couple of times, and he's behind this as like a producer. It's like this is like his, and we know that that these movies, well, for the most of us, I think we can agree that these movies are getting better. The Mission Impossible movies, and that's kind of a hard thing to do when it comes to sequels. Sometimes, I mean, you can kind of give your opinion on the Fast and the Furious franchise. Some people think it's going downhill, some people think it's going up, but you know, I think with Mission Impossible, they're only getting better, and he has a lot of money behind it. Yeah, once again, so. The tone, once again, I wouldn't have gone to those extremes, but the words are kind of what matter to me. Yeah. And I knew people were going to quit, I guess, in this climate. But at the same time, if you're like wet behind the ears, how do you quit a Mission Impossible 7 job? Like that's on your resume. Like that's a big movie that you're a part of. Like, do you just suck it up and, you know, hold your tongue, or what do you do? You know, so for some of them, they probably stayed on board and the other couple left. So
yeah, that's a sticky situation right there. Yeah. I mean, if you're doing what you're supposed to, you're not going to get yelled at. So,
I would never want to be yelled at the way that Tom Cruise is by Tom Cruise like that. Hey, that's true. I was like, I'll do anything you say, Tom.
Exactly. exactly. But yeah, I just wanted to put that topic out there.
Yeah. If I was going to put my 2 cents.
Go ahead.
Maggie and I talked about, you know, Tom Cruise's rant recently on, you know, in a recent episode of podcast.
Okay.
And we basically, you know, kind of said, like, I think his intentions were right to talk to the people. Just whatever they were doing was wrong. But like you guys were saying, the tone of voice really threw it off for a loop. I would have chosen not to yell. I just would have maybe gotten some more HR involved and said, hey, these guys are not acting appropriately. They're not doing their job. I've got staying socially distant and doing that. And I pretty much, if you look at like what George Clooney said in a recent interview on like how, because he directed, you know, the Midnight Sky, I think it was called. And, you know, he said that his tone of voice was really out of line, and just, you know, it's just a way you don't want to talk to people because nobody wants to be yelled at.
Exactly.
Everybody wants to do their job and go home and get paid. That's what they all want to do.
Yeah.
And I understand that Tom probably has a lot of stress under his belt.
Yeah.
Because knowing how much he's putting on the movie for himself, I think, like, he's the one who's making it all happen. I don't think the studios really have cared because they knew they would make their money back. Tom's like, we need this now, though.
Yeah.
We need people to get working. And I think another thing interesting that came up was that Leah Remini came out and said that the whole thing was staged. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Yeah, like a publicity stunt, she said.
Yeah.
We talked about that too.
Okay.
But if you really think about it, what benefit would that give Tom Cruise?
Nothing.
To show he's a badass, like to show he's a badass, or I don't get it.
Well, it gets people talking about Tom Cruise. It gets people watching Tom Cruise.
Yeah, but everybody was already watching all of those behind the scene clips. Like at least everyone was reposting it, like all the trains.
That's what I think it is, because we all love good attention story. Everybody likes eyes on a story. So I feel like,
honestly, tonight we probably wouldn't be talking about Tom Cruise if he didn't yell like that. So.
But I mean, Tom's been around for a long time. Has he ever done anything like that before? Like
he
just
weird
from the just now.
Jump on the couch on Oprah.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, maybe. That's a different kind of shock value moment.
I mean, let's face it, Tom Cruise is not. I don't think he's 100% there. I
don't know. I don't know. Yeah. So
it kind of seems like
no offense to anybody who's in Scientology. I think if you're into that, I think you got some kind of like.
It's like every celebrity.
Going on.
I think he's there. He's just really there. He's like,
we're gonna have drones over our house now because we got the Scientology community coming out. Thanks a lot, Kristen.
Well played.
We're getting Leah Remini on the call. Then we all have to call her up now.
Yeah. So yeah, this is that was kind of like out of left field, but I did want to kind of get you guys' thoughts on that. Back on, you know, film and things like that and franchises, The Mandalorian just ended, the second season. And it was a bit different than the first season, in my opinion. I think they took kind of a different direction. And then we got Investor Day with all these different announcements for Star Wars. What are we feeling about like the last season of Mandalorian and the future of Star Wars? Matt?
I'm feeling good. After watching 84, I'm not too excited for Rogue Squadron like I was before. I think Patty Jenkins kind of directing was okay. The action was, we could talk about that, but I'm feeling good. I'm honestly, besides Marvel, DC, I'm feeling Star Wars right now. I'm feeling The Mandalorian. I'm feeling Ahsoka. I'm feeling even Rangers. If of course, if they get Timothy Olyphant in there, I'm all for it. I'm all hands down for Star Wars right now. I don't know. I feel like they're really making up for me for the past mistakes.
Matt?
Yeah, I was gonna say like Star Wars is kind of like at a weird crossroads because it was like this new trilogy has divided the fan base in like ways that even the prequel films wish they could have done, and it's like it's just like I know some of these films and series, I know they probably won't even see the light of day. Like we'll give like what ifs, but like I don't know, maybe the TV shows, it seems like they're working out now. The Mandalorian, then the season 7 of Clone Wars wrapped up, then we got the Bad Batch coming. So I think TV shows are working out. So I think their plan is to get them back into the TV shows, and then they're like, hey, Patty Jenkins and Taika Waititi, they're going to be doing movies. So I feel like you get two directors who've proven themselves with other superhero movies. They come in and do a big budget franchise film like Star Wars. They'd be like, okay.
Yeah. I kind of feel like those choices of Patty Jenkins and Taika is like those type of like critical love directors where like they have movies under the belt which people love. So it's like Star Wars knew to pick them because they knew, oh, these directors, they did your Thor, they did your Wonder Woman. Okay, come over here, Star Wars. I feel like those are safe type picks for Star Wars.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
David.
So,
any of you guys down there?
I don't watch Star Wars. You're asking the wrong guy. Next.
Sorry.
I just finished The Mandalorian season 2 last night.
I gotta watch season 2.
So I'm not gonna spoil anything like the rest of the internet did for me. You literally get online.
I probably did
6 a.m. Friday morning and see images of who in the thumbnails of people's reviews, and I'm like, come on now. So I just finished it last night because I went back and rewatched the whole thing with my son because he wanted to get into it.
Okay.
So yeah, I really enjoyed the second season. I probably liked it a little bit more than the first, even though I think I appreciated the first a little bit more going back and rewatching it. So yeah, I'm really excited for Star Wars now too because I hated Rise of Skywalker last year. I thought it like ruined the entire trilogy, and I like The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, both of those movies. So yeah, I'm super excited for Star Wars based off of what I saw in The Mandalorian, and the Ahsoka TV show I'm excited for because that was probably my favorite episode of last season. And yeah, I'm excited about a lot of things in Star Wars.
Good episode. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm kind of with Matt with the Rogue Squadron. Patty Jenkins kind of failed me on this last Wonder Woman film, but I'm a little apprehensive for that Rogue Squadron, but I know that's not going to come for a little while now. Mandalorian, I enjoyed, but it just took a different approach than the first season, in my opinion. So yeah,
brought back a lot of those member berries.
Yeah, and that's kind of what bothered me about the season. I felt like we were really trying to grab, the Star Wars fans' attention with bringing in a lot of different characters, and I won't spoil it because I know Kristen hasn't seen it, but it's just like I want to see new, fresh, we know Star Wars is has been established with these characters. Let's see some new, fresh faces. Let's see some new, fresh planets, things like that. So that was my thing with season 2.
Did you see what Patty Jenkins just said, that she wants to direct Superman, Spiderman, or Black Widow?
I saw that a Superman film was in her IMDb in production page. So
it's on the IMDb page?
In production.
Yep. Oh, geez. Okay.
So
in a couple ways, 84 to me felt like a classic throwback to Richard Donner's Superman.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard that's like one of her biggest inspirations was the Richard Donner movies. So yeah, it kind of felt like that. Yeah, I was getting those vibes from it.
I did get some vibes from Wonder Woman 84, which was Superman-esque.
I don't want to crap all over Patty Jenkins because she did make a phenomenal Wonder Woman movie, the first one.
Yeah.
I just don't know what happened with Wonder Woman in 1984. I'm baffled, to be honest with you. I just don't get it. I don't know what happened. It's like all the same people. I just don't get how you get the greatness of Wonder Woman 2017 and then the same exact team does Wonder Woman 1984.
They had different writers on this one. They had different writers.
Well, I know Patty herself wrote this one, right?
Jeff Johns.
She didn't write the first one.
Yeah.
It was like her first time she. It was like the first time she wrote a movie in like 17 years.
Yeah, well, like Monsters a great movie too. So I don't know.
Yeah, and she doesn't have a lot of a big filmography.
No.
Especially like in big budget films. I think Wonder Woman 2017.
It's just Monster and Wonder Woman. She went straight from Monster to Wonder Woman.
What is? Monster 2003. Yeah. So
yeah. I wanted to ask you guys, because what Matt said is kind of like picking those directors like Taika or Patty. Like, do you think like keeping these like obviously like well-known directors that are kind of on the rise, like in their pockets, like a safe bet, or like even like with Robert Rodriguez and stuff with The Mandalorian, like do you think they should take a chance on more fresh, I guess a fresh take on it, or just get as many, you know, big names as possible? I mean, we see MCU how much they're pulling from, like pulling big name actors into joining the MCU. Basically, like they're really gonna have like literally every big A-list celebrity on the MCU like in the next couple years. Yeah. It's looking that way, you know.
Peyton Reed was a really interesting one in season 2 because he directed like my least favorite episode of season 2 and like one of the best episodes of season 2 with the last one.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'd like to see him do more based on what the last episode was, but
Bryce Dallas Howard did a good job.
Yeah, Bryce
she did a great job. All her episodes were good.
Yeah, on her. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know, David. I feel like they want to stay safe. They want to make sure they're getting paid. So that's kind of like they're gonna go the safe route.
I kind of feel like now they want to go safe after Rian Johnson. I don't know how you guys feel about Last Jedi, but that was the movie that defined the fan base of being divided. And they took that chance with Rian Johnson. He wrote it, he directed it. It was his vision, which I give props to, but it just wasn't for me. I don't know. Maybe now they just want to go more.
Yeah, they gave the new director the Obi-Wan series. What's her name?
Deborah Chow.
Deborah Chow,
yeah.
She's newer.
She's good. Yeah, I think she was the best one out of the Mandalorian season 1 director groups.
Yeah, the strongest episodes, I think.
I think MCU kind of took a chance on Taika and had the Thor Love and Thunder, but Ragnarok. Yeah, and I think that worked out in their favor. And I think they're just trying to keep doing that type of thing, just make sure their directors are, kind of in-house. And
it seems like they're getting people from the street sometimes. Like, I don't know who this person is, and then,
Yeah, definitely. That's why Suicide
more up and coming,
up and coming, yeah. So yeah, kind of wind it down. And we're at like almost an hour and a half, and we just been having a lot of fun talking and stuff. But just there's a couple more topics I want to kind of cover. Anybody into like reading and into books at all?
I haven't read anything because I just finished school, so I just like grad school to begin with. So I'm just like done. I don't want
to see a book. I don't want to think about books.
But I did read. The most recent book I read was "The Woman in the Window," the one that was supposed to come out earlier this year.
I read that earlier this year.
Good.
I liked it.
Not as good as like a Gone Girl, because I thought it was going to be like a Gone Girl type of thriller, which it kind of is. But I like.
Is that the one that Amy Adams is in?
Yes.
Yeah, with Anthony Mackie and all those.
I wish I didn't see the trailer before reading the book, because as I was reading, I saw Amy Adams' face, and I'm just like, I wanted to have like a fresh face. I didn't want to know that Amy Adams was doing this. I didn't want to know, I feel like I needed to go in there with a fresh mindset, but it was still good. I enjoyed it. I know Ready Player 2 just dropped.
Yeah, I was trying to get my hands on that because bad reviews.
Yeah, I heard nothing but bad reviews for it. Ready Player One, the book, I read it earlier this year, and it was decent. It just was a little too many references, and just kind of, I feel like the movie did a lot better with handling the references. Did anybody see the Ready Player One film?
I did.
Yeah,
love that movie.
It was solid. Yeah.
I thought it was
Shining sequence.
The Shining sequence was great.
That's the best part.
And it just had a lot of references, but they were handled well. In the book, I feel like they were just throwing names at you. Doctor Who, Harry Potter, like random things. Like, okay, I don't care. Like, I think David just posted something. You just posted something talking about Ready Player One.
Ready Player Two?
Or Ready Player One, right? It was like a song that somebody was singing, and they were just singing like random franchises.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. I mean, it is kind of overkill. We were talking about this earlier today on the podcast. Is that because I do a weekly podcast on Sundays, just kind of weekly news wrap up, and we're talking about Ready Player Two is now in production, and I was like, wow, the book just dropped like recently, didn't it? So they were waiting for that material, but then I was like,
they just wrote the book to make the movie.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, there's a script right there, right? But I was like, where do they go from the first one? Because there was so many IPs in that movie that they were just like throwing at you. It's like, I understand the story a little bit, I guess, from what I understand is that I forget the kid's name, but Ty Sheridan's Parzival. He's running the Oasis now, and there's another Easter egg they have to find, right? That there's out there or something. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the continuation of it. So it's almost like the first story a little bit. Just
kind of like stretched. I hopefully they figure. I haven't read the second one, but hopefully it's not just they're taking that story and dragging it out and stretching it. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
But yeah. So remakes and reboots. What do we feel about like remakes and reboots? There's a lot coming at us. We got Tom and Jerry. We got just so many things that are getting rebooted. What are we thinking about reboots and remakes versus original concepts? Do you guys, like the remakes, or you want original concepts?
Give it a rest.
Give it a rest. That's I feel the same way.
Yeah,
tone it down a little bit.
As long as that's not all there is. I think there's a place for that. It kind of keeps the business going because people are like what they're familiar with.
True.
But there needs to be a balance of fresh, original ideas out there too.
I agree. I completely agree with that.
It's definitely a business move where the quantity over quality situation, talk comes into play. So I understand why they're doing it. That's why it's like reboots, remakes, and superhero movies, like the hottest things right now, right? So until they start taking a chance either on fresh new scripts or something that they know are going to be money makers, they know that these are money makers because once again, like Ken said, this is what people know, so people are going to take a chance, either adults or younger audiences, depending on how they pitch it. And usually with the reboots, they'll throw in, even if it's an older property, they'll throw in like a younger cast to appease to both demographics, right? So you want to pull in as many people as possible. Just throw in a young cast and you got younger viewers watching pretty much. But I mean, as far as do I enjoy them? Like I love Dredd, and I didn't really like Sylvester Stallone's Judge Dredd.
I really need to watch Dredd. I still haven't seen it. I own it, but I haven't seen it. I heard
it's awesome.
Good things about it.
It's like on steroids. It's like Dredd. It's like crazy. Yeah. It's visually amazing. But then there's of course even like the Friday the 13th reboot that they did. How long ago was it? Like 10 years ago? 2009.
About that. Yeah.
2009. I need to watch that one still.
I think you would like that one.
It's in my collection.
Yeah, it's basically like Friday the 13th 1, 2, and 3 like combined into one movie. And I thought I've
seen it but in theaters like 11 years ago. I can't remember anything about it though.
Oh yeah. No, that one was well done, but for the most part, they don't really hit the mark. The reboots and remakes too much with me.
Yeah,
I'll stick with the originals.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. I feel like some of the remakes, they have good qualities to them, but overall, it just doesn't match up to the originals.
Unless you're gonna do something different with it, and take kind of like the same premise and really make it your own. Like one example I have, I don't know how many people saw Suspiria in 2018, but that was a really good remake of that 70s horror movie. Was
that A24 as well?
Yes.
No, that was
no, it wasn't. I forget who did that one, but it was Luca Guadagnino, the guy who did Call Me by Your Name, directed that one. Gotcha. Yeah, that was an excellent remake.
Yeah, I was thinking about Chucky, the Child's Play film. It was done a little differently. The story, it just
I liked it.
I thought it was okay. I had a kind of a fun time in the theater watching it. I was the only one in the theater.
I think I liked it because I'm not very precious about the Chucky franchise. Like there's some really bad outside the first three. I love the first three. Yeah, I even love Child's Play 3. I mean, I think 3's really good.
3's fun. 3 is fun.
But I could not get on board with that franchise after Bride of Chucky. I don't like Bride of Chucky. I don't think it ages well at all. Seed of Chucky is even worse. I think they bring it back a little bit with Curse, but Cult just goes completely off the rails again.
Bride of Chucky wasn't even good back when it came out.
There's some people, especially in the horror community, that hold that one up. Like
that is true. They do. Yeah, they do.
Serious?
Yeah, they do.
It's Chucky embracing his full comedic tone, which is what they think is like pure Chucky.
Was John Ritter in that one as well?
Yes, he was. He got killed in like the first 20 minutes or something. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Spoilers. But spoiler alert for 20-year-old. But yeah, that's going to conclude our stream. I want to definitely make sure we get everybody plugged in, and I want people to know where to find you guys. So, Matt, I'm not going to give you guys your own screen. Y'all can just throw it out there. Matt, where can we find you? What you got coming up, bro?
You guys can follow me at Basic Entertainment here on YouTube. I cover movies. I cover reactions to the trailers of movies. I cover sorts of discussions. I love discussions. And tomorrow, AJ and certain vids will be popping up in my discussion tomorrow. Wonder Woman 84 live spoiler talk at 2 Pacific time, 4 Eastern. That should be a lot of fun. And yeah, man, I just love movies, and cannot wait to get into it. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, man. I'm excited for that. Mac?
Well, thank you for having me. It was really fun. Just being able to just talk, just get through this year almost. You guys have all impacted me in ways I couldn't even imagine. This is all just awesome. You guys are inspirational. I love it. And you can find me on Instagram doing reviews. I got a few reviews. I got to watch Soul, finish Wonder Woman, and got to do my written review of Greenland. And then find me on YouTube. I just got done doing my 25 days to MMR Xmas. And if you want, I guess you can follow me maybe on Twitter. Although I barely post on there. I just like to see sidelines, all the scuffles of the film community and how sometimes this can get a little radioactive.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate you coming by. Ken.
What's up, man?
Yeah. Where can we find you, man? And what you got coming up on your page?
So you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mid-Level Media. I do all kinds of physical media-based content. I do weekly Blu-ray hunts and physical media report where I let everybody know what the latest Blu-rays and 4Ks coming out for the week are. I've started doing some more like movie reviews, 4K reviews, and stuff like that on there. And then you can also follow me on my Instagram page, Mid-Level Movie Reviews, where I do a lot of like written reviews for movies and collection shots and stuff like that. But yeah, and thanks for having me on. I apologize for being late, but I had like a late family Christmas gathering today, so
you're all
had to wrap that up.
This was
shoved them out of the house and said I had to get on AJ's stream.
This was super casual, super laid back. I just wanted to hop on here and discuss some things with you guys. Kristen, Miss Filmingo.
Let's see. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Miss Filmingo. It's right there, wherever the little thing is. But yeah, you can also follow me on Twitter at KFilmingo. You can also catch me on the Mac Movie Reviews podcast where I co-host with Mac. And we just recently did our Christmas episode, and we're going to figure out when we're doing our... Sorry, that's my dog. Our favorite, worst and favorite films of the year yet, so we're still figuring out when we're going to film that. But other than that, Happy New Year all. It was great to see you all again. And thank you to AJ for reviewing a film for Pixar Week, and thank you, Ken, for making a post about it. It was a lot of fun, and I hope I can collaborate with all you guys in the future. I know we had you on, and AJ, but we got to get Matt and Kenny. We got to have you on the podcast next. So thanks, guys. Sorry, my dog was also making me too.
Last but certainly not least, David from Flicks Talk.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for having me on. This is fun. Meeting all you guys, face to face, as well as interacting with the chat. I love talking movies. I kind of want to get more into shows. So that's one thing for 2021. I mean, January, we have WandaVision and Cobra Kai coming up. So I'm so excited for those to premiere. But yeah, on my channel, guys, I do a lot of, I'm going to start doing more movie reviews, but I do a lot of Blu-ray hunting videos, either once a month or every couple of weeks or so. And then I also I started doing first time watches. So just kind of movies either from the 80s, 90s, and beyond of stuff that I didn't catch. And you guys having a lot of fun with that, either tearing me apart or you guys are loving the reaction. So one I'm actually coming up with, because I was looking for New Year's movies that take place on New Year's, and I looked up the old Rat Pack, which Ocean's 11, 1960, and it says it takes place on New Year's Eve. Have you guys seen that one, Ocean's 11, the OG original?
No.
No. Nobody? Okay. It says it takes place on New Year's Eve, so I thought that would be appropriate, and I'll probably drop that this week. I haven't dipped back into a 1960s movie in such a long time, so it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. Frank Sinatra, and it'll be cool. So I do a lot of those first-time reactions, and you guys can follow me at Flix Talk. It's right there on the screen, FLIX Talk, and that's on YouTube as well as on Instagram.
Nice. Thank you. And once again, thank you guys for stopping by, hanging out. And this was kind of spur of the moment. It was a little last minute, and I appreciate you guys coming by, hanging out. Yeah, as far as
inviting us.
as far as AJREACTS2, you're on my YouTube channel. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Letterboxd, AJREACTS2 all across the board. I have maybe 3 more videos coming out for the rest of the year. And yeah, we're looking forward to 2021. I have a channel update, kind of just talking about what I'm going to be doing in 2021. So go check that out if you haven't. And yeah, thanks for stopping by, and I will catch you guys next time.